today. I am going to get coffee. I just didn't prep it this morning. And me being me, I've broken 3 nails. They're like glued on like I'm in the ghetto. Looks pretty janky. Looks pretty unprofessional, so I'm gonna need to go and get those fixed today. Have a bunch of follow-up work I need to do. A bunch of check-ins with clients I need to do. And then I have a 5 o'clock tonight that I'm concerned is just going to be a bomb. Emotional bomb and a mental bomb and I don't want to deal with bomb. So I have just been on struggle bus lately, and I keep seeing more and more people who are saying, they're also on struggle bus. Just I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just this long drawn out COVID season and all of the negative emotional and mental implications that have come from all of that, which there's a lot of bullshit there. I don't know if it's the just coming off of a Pennsylvania winter. It actually hasn't been that bad considering that it's a Pennsylvania winter. It was one of the Niñas, so it was actually warmer than most winters, and we really, except for some random snowstorm last weekend, we really haven't had a lot of snow or precipitation or whatever. But the gray is hard. For me, the cold is hard, and my definition of cold is 60. Anything below 60, I'm this is I need to turn the heat on in my car. I'm wearing pants and long sleeve and very probably a jacket. Or my son's in shorts and a t-shirt. He's like, "Mom, it's hot." I'm like, "No, buddy, it's not hot." But it just takes a toll on me. And I did see that they just, whatever the heck it actually means, but they just passed the making daylight savings permanent. But I guess that's not actually taking effect until November 2022 or something. 2023. Not this year, next year. So, considering I've had daylight savings my whole life, I don't know what the heck that's going to look like or whatever, but they did say that one of the things that it helps with the seasonal depression, which honestly, at this point in my life, I haven't actually gone to a normal doctor to be diagnosed as depression. And I know I get seasonal depression. It's just sucks the energy right out of you. Just exhausted, and it doesn't really matter how much sleep you get, exhausted and drained, just no energy, no creative energy, no motivation energy. And I find that it helps if I really stick with exercising, even when I don't want to, and which probably everyone says that, but the winter months especially, if I can just keep my body moving a little every day, it seems to really help ward off the blues to a degree, which is good, but it's still just so I'll be curious to see if I even remember in 2 years from now this whole conversation of if it actually helps, and then report back. yeah, just so drained lately. And it sucks because it's like, it's not that I don't want connection with people, and it's not that like I don't want to interact with people. It's so weird. I feel like I'm like this with so much. I resist and I resist and I resist it, like that my internal dialogue of what, you know, the story I'm telling myself, you know, is this like dread for most things, interacting with people, exercise, new things, events, all kinds of stuff. And I definitely have like my anxieties and my social issues and whatever. But a lot of times, probably more often than not, I find that I actually feel better like after doing them. Like, oh, like I'm really glad I did that. Like that was actually really good for me. Like I actually feel really good, or like, you know, I actually do really enjoy those people's company or whatever. And so then when I'm on, you know, like more of like the tail end of it, I'm like, well, why don't I do this more often? And then I sit with myself for a while, and the whole like narrative just comes back of anxiety and a lot of imposter syndrome, which is very self-sabotaging. Sucks. I don't know. All of this to say, if you're just feeling drained lately, you're not alone. Like, can't quite put my finger on it, but, and to persist, you know, I mean, absolutely, you know, take your quiet time or whatever, but intentionally spend time with people. And maybe preface that, like, hey, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm feeling, but, like, I still want to, like, see you, I still want to hang out with you. And move your body. Move your freaking body. Honestly, just walking. Like, I know it, like, seems, like, lame or, like, an old person kind of exercise, but, like, there's something so therapeutic about, especially outside, with just, like, fresh air and, like, nature. Just walking is so good. And I hate to like say this, especially just because like everyone and their fucking dog says it, but unfortunately, like at least for me, I find that it's true, and I'm sure that there are people that, you know, completely different scenario. I'm so sorry, but there was a dead, bloated deer back there with its tongue hanging out. That was disgusting. I did not enjoy that visual. Ugh. Which is a weird segue into food. But what you eat matters. What you eat matters. I hate saying it. I hate when people say it, but it's true. What you eat matters. And that's something else that I find is when I don't say diet as in like a cultural American diet. Diet is in like what you eat, like what you consume, like your regular foods, your diet. I think plays a huge role in how you feel and your mental state and all of that kind of stuff. I think that sugar is probably one of the worst things for you ever. Like, I think it's a depressant, honestly. I think that it messes with so many things in your body in a bad way, and I don't have the statistical data, but I do have the personal experience. It just makes you feel like garbage, and I think that it heightens depression, honestly. Okay, I'm going to go get my coffee now, and probably just listen to some music and unwind before I go home and back to the grind of work and get like the second part of my day started now that like my kids are already worked out, already took my kids everywhere they need to be, so now my work workday starts. So, thanks for listening. Hope you guys have a good one.